In a previous video, Cortlandtville Historical Society discussed how historical fashions could help people keep warm in the winter. But architecture was also often influenced by the environment and would help people remain comfortable. If you've ever walked into an 18th century building, you may have noticed how low the ceilings often are. This was especially common in areas like the Northwest, where we can experience very harsh winters. In New York, having high ceilings was a sign of great wealth, whereas in other warmer regions, this would have been more ideal as a way to let the heat rise and escape away from people. Most people living in the Cortlandtville area in the 18th century would have been farmers. During the winter, their fields would no longer need to be tended, leaving more time to be indoors. It was during this time that the most textile work could be done, processing fibers like wool and flax, as well as sewing, mending, and in some cases, making decorative pieces like this embroidery work. While fireplaces were still the most common way of heating homes in the 18th century, Benjamin Franklin helped make a much safer option available to many families. While people did take precautions around the open flames of their fireplaces, it was possible for accidents to happen and family members get too close to the fire. A stove solved this problem by enclosing the fire inside a metal box. This was different than the stoves we think of, as it was not used for cooking, but rather just heating the home. Many colonial homes would have at least one bed warmer. Some might have one for each room. These tools consisted of a metal, usually circular container that could open and close. Embers or coals from the fireplace could be put inside and the container closed. Once the metal became hot, a person could slide it over the bed sheets, transferring the heat just before going to bed. Think about if you have ever ironed clothes. If you touch the fabric after running the iron over it, you can feel the heat. This would make the bed warm and cozy to climb into and nestle under the covers. Beds could also be designed with curtains to hang around the edges. This would help insulate any warmth inside, as well as keep out insects while the person slept.